Hi everyone, George here, welcome back. And today we're going to be looking at straight line graphs. We would expect to go through them right at the beginning of A levels. I have laid out 3 typical easy level questions for straight line graphs. Let's get right into it. I've actually brought my own whiteboard, so I'll be doing some working out on it. Okay, let's begin. The straight line L1 passes through the points -1, 3 and 11, 12. Find an equation for L1 in the form ax plus by plus c equals 0, where a, b, and c are integers. Alright then, so first things first, I'm going to draw some graph axes, and we can roughly sketch our line. So we are going from the coordinate -1, 3 up to 11, 12. So we want to find the equation of this line between these 2 coordinates. The first thing that comes to mind is the gradient. We need to know the slope of this line. We won't be able to know the equation of this line without it. As we know, the gradient of any line is dy divided by dx. So we can annotate this here, dy and dx. So dy is just the difference between the y coordinates. We've got 12 and we've got 3. So really we're going to have 12 subtracted by 3. And that gives us 9. Similarly, looking at dx, we're looking at the difference in the x coordinates. We've got 11, and we're going to take it away from -1. So be careful, we've got a double minus there. That means 11 plus 1, which is 12. So now our gradient dy over dx, the difference y divided by difference in x, is equal to 9 over 12, and then we can simplify that to 3/4. So now our incomplete equation of the line, we've got y equals 3/4 x plus c. This is in the y equals mx plus c form. We do not know what c is just yet. So to find c, we need an x and y value. But guess what? We've got 2 coordinates, so we can pick any 2 of them. I think -1, 3 is the simplest one, so let's go for that. So we can see that y is 3 and x is -1. So substituting that in for y and x, instead of y, we're writing 3 equals 3/4 multiplied by -1, since -1 is x, plus c. So simplifying that now, we've got 3 equals -3/4 plus c. Now we want to make c the subject. We're going to rearrange this. We are first going to add 3/4 on both sides. That means 3 plus 3/4 is equal to c. Simplifying that further, 3 add 3/4 is 15 over 4, and that's c. So now we can write our equation as y is equal to 3/4 x plus 15 over 4. However, this is a y equals mx plus c format. We want to write our equation as ax plus by plus c equals 0. So we're just going to have to rearrange this a little bit. A, b, and c have to be integers as the question has told us. Therefore, we don't want any fractions whatsoever. So the first thing is we need to get rid of the denominators. And we have denominators of 4. So guess what? We're going to multiply both sides of the equation by 4. That gives us 4y equals 3x plus 15. We have to chuck everything to one side, making sure that our x term is positive. That's the priority. So we're going to take away 4y on both sides. That gives us 3x minus 4y plus 15 equals 0. And that is the equation of our line. By the way, guys, if you are getting value from this, be sure to hit the like button. So onwards to question 2. Question 2, part A. The line L1 has equation 3x plus 5y minus 2 equals 0. Find the gradient of L1. Alright, so for this question, it's quite simple. We're just going to do a simple rearranging for this one. Now, to find the gradient of this equation, it would be very useful to write it as y equals mx plus c. M would give us that gradient. Let us take away 3x on both sides. We then get 5y take away 2 is equal to minus 3x. The second thing we are going to do is add 2 on both sides since we have a minus 2. After that, we get 5y equals minus 3x plus 2. And finally, we divide both sides by 5. So 5y divided by 5, that cancels out to just y. On the right hand side, we get that equal to minus 3x over 5, which is just minus 3 over 5x, plus 2 over 5. That means our gradient is the number in front of x, which is that minus 3/5. And that's the answer to question part A. Part B. The line L2 is perpendicular to L1 and passes through the point 3, 1. Find the equation of L2 in the form y equals mx plus c, where m and c are constants. So our answer to part A was the gradient of minus 3/5. The perpendicular gradient would be a reciprocal of that and negative. So we would flip that over, which flips over to 5 over 3, and the minus symbol disappears because we have to change signs. So it's a positive 5/3. So now we can write our incomplete equation of the perpendicular line y equals 5/3 x plus c. Now, we know that the perpendicular line passes through the point 3, 1. So we can use that information to help us find out what c is. Since it's 3, 1, x is 3, and y is 1. So we can plug that into our incomplete equation. Instead of y, we put in 1. So 1 is equal to 5/3 times 3 in place of x plus c. Simplifying that now, we get 1 is equal to 5 plus c. That means c is equal to 1 take away 5 minus 4. So now that we know what c is, we can write our full equation. Y is equal to 5/3 of x minus 4. Okay, onwards to question 3. We're going to up the level a little bit. Question 3. The points P and Q have coordinates -1, 6, and 9, 0 respectively. The line L is perpendicular to PQ and passes through the midpoint of PQ. Find an equation for L, giving your answer in the form ax plus by plus c equals 0, where a, b, and c are integers. Okay, so let's just draw that. We have our line with points P -1, 6, and point Q 9, 0, and we know it has a perpendicular line going through it. Now we know that this perpendicular line passes through the midpoint of PQ. So how do we work out the midpoint? Looking at the x-coordinate, we just have to look at the x-coordinates of P and Q, add them together, so we've got -1, add 9, and then once we add them together, we divide it by 2. For the y-coordinate, same thing, 6, add 0, then divide it by 2, and then that is equal to 4, 3. So now we can write 4, 3 as our midpoint that the perpendicular line is going through. Now that we have our x and y coordinate, we also need to know the gradient. Now before we can even find out the gradient of the perpendicular line, we need to find out the gradient of PQ, this blue line over here. So to do that, again, dy over dx. So to find the difference in the y coordinates, we have the y coordinate 6 at point P, take away the y coordinate 0 at point Q, 6 take away 0, divided by the difference in x, which is -1 take away 9. That simplifies to 6 over -10, which then simplifies to -3/5. So that's the gradient of our original line. To find the perpendicular gradient, remember we need to do the minus reciprocal. So the minus of a minus is a plus, so our perpendicular gradient is positive, and we flip it over so it's 5 over 3. We can write our incomplete equation of the line as y equals 5/3 x plus c. Now we need to substitute y and x. We have the coordinates 4, 3, so for y, we can put in 3, so 3 is equal to 5/3 times 4, which is our x, plus c. That was simplified to 3 is equal to 20 over 3 plus c. Now we can rearrange to find c. c is going to be equal to 3 take away 20 over 3. We can then turn the 3 into 9 over 3, then take away 20 over 3, which gives us -11 over 3, which is our value for c. So now we can write our equation in the form y equals mx plus c. Y is equal to 5/3 x minus 11 over 3. But we want to put this in the form ax plus by plus c equals 0, where a, b, and c are integers, by the way. So we need to get rid of any fractions. We can see that the denominators are 3. So let's get rid of the denominators by multiplying both sides by 3. We then get 3y equals 5x minus 11. And remember, we want to put it as ax plus by plus c. So ax has a priority of being positive. If that means the y term has to be negative, it has to be. So we're going to take away 3y on both sides now. And then we get 5x, take away 3y, minus 11 equals 0. And that's it. This is our answer. This is the equation of the perpendicular line. And that's it for this round. Be sure to subscribe. There'll be more videos coming for different kind of topics. But how did you find this one? Was it too easy for you? Was it trickier than you expected? Let me know in the comments below. And maybe straight line graphs is a bit GCSE for you. It's a little bit boring. Why don't you tell me what you want? But that's the 3 questions for now. So I'll just say thank you very much. And I look forward to seeing you again soon.